Good evening. Welcome to the July 23rd, 2025 meeting of the Town of Southampton Conservation Board. The board's meetings continue to be hybrid, which means that they are both in person at Town Hall and via video conference through Zoom webinar. If you go to the town website and click on the town clerk's agendas and meetings portal, you can watch the live stream video of the meeting, and there is a link to submit written comments for the public record. You can also join the Zoom webinar through the town clerk's portal. If you are attending via Zoom and wish to speak during the meeting, then please alert our moderator by clicking the raise hand icon or type in the chat box. Thank you. I'll invite everyone to rise for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What is your pleasure on the minutes of July 9th, 2025?
Move that they be accepted as presented or amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Public hearings. A021076, Nicholas Christopher and Penelope Christopher, and the applicant requests an adjournment to September 10th, 2025. Is there anyone on Zoom who wishes to speak on this application, since there's no one in the audience here?
Motion to adjourn to September 10th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? A024044, Bradley A. Edgar and Lauren D. Edgar.
Evening, Marty Shea, Chief Environmental Analyst for the town. This is the continuation of a public hearing related to a property at 25 White Oak Lane in the hamlet of West Hampton, where the landowner is seeking wetlands permit in order to undertake residential additions and improvements. At the initial hearing, the applicant had sought relief from the recommended mitigative measures, namely the suggestion on part of my office that a covenanted 25-foot wide naturally vegetated wetland non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer be established in order to offset impacts of the project, and that area be restored by removal of the existing wire fence, as well as ornamental landscaping, followed by native revegetation. Notwithstanding that at the initial hearing, the applicant had sought relief from those recommendations, the applicant has since indicated that they are amenable and that they will establish the recommended covenanted 25-foot wide wetland buffer. That being said, we have sufficient information to make a determination on this application, and as such, the hearing can be closed.
Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak on this application?
Motion
We
to
have
close.
someone's hands up. I don't know what agenda item they're on for, but they had it up since the beginning.
All right, let's hear from them.
They're not accepting or rejecting the promote to panelist request, so I don't know. Oh, they declined. All right, so I guess it's not this item.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? WB 24001, Farron Farvid, the applicant requests adjournment to September 24th, 2025. Is there anyone on Zoom who wishes to speak on this application?
Motion to adjourn to September 24th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The initiated wetland permits are in your packets. Resolution of conditional approval. A019125, Jeffrey W. Howell. Any discussion?
Move to issue.
Second.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval granted to Jeffrey W. Howell for the proposed project on the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 021077 Anthony Rapillo. This is postponed to August 13th, 2025.
Motion to postpone to August 13th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 024068 134 Middle Pond Road LLC. This is postponed to August 13th, 2025.
Motion to postpone to August 13th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 025006 Peter Schiff Smith and Susan Miller Smith. Any discussion?
Move to issue.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval granted to Peter Schiff Smith and Susan Miller Smith for the proposed project on the terms and conditions set forth herein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 025021 Marl Charbonneau and Donna Charbonneau. This is postponed to August 13th, 2025.
Motion to postpone to August 13th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No, let's see. I didn't do the resolution. Let's do the resolution. Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval granted to Craig.
You
No,
have
that's-
to get
I-
the motion first.
I skipped one. No, that's right. It's not that. We approved that.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Got ahead of myself. A 025026 Craig Arm and Kerry Arm. Any discussion?
Move to issue.
Second.
Resolved that a conditional wetland permit approval granted to Craig Arm and Kerry Arm for the proposed project for the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Preliminary review circuit determination, A 024077 Colin Heffron.
Good evening again, Marty Shea, Chief Environmental Analyst for the town. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated May 6, 2025. This application relates to an existing residentially developed property at 60 Franklin Avenue in Queehog. The applicant is seeking wetlands permit in order to elevate the existing one-story dwelling so as to comply with FEMA requirements without demolition reconstruction. There is a one-story living area addition that's being planned, as well as elevated deck. There are modifications that are being made to an existing patio. There is a patio addition that's being proposed as well. The sanitary system would be upgraded from a conventional system to an IAOWTS, necessitating the placement of fill. There is a secondary cottage on the property. No upgrades to the sanitary system for that cottage are being planned at this time. There are changes that are needed to the existing pervious driveway, as well as various unauthorized fences, some of which extend into a covenanted wetland preservation area, naturally vegetated wetland, non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer. There are various walkways that are planned, updates to utilities. An existing stacked slate retaining wall would be taken down. There are access stairways that are needed. There are some large trees which would be cut and removed as well. In the interest of lessening potential adverse wetland impacts and consistent with the wetland permit issuance standards set forth in 325, I had offered for the applicant's consideration to practicable alternatives for the site. Although This application was initially scheduled to come before the board in June. The applicant had required several postponements in order to provide sufficient time to consider the drawings which I had provided. The applicant subsequently provided an alternate plan, which is not consistent with the intent of the mitigation requirements that I had suggested. The plan also calls for construction of a new deck as close as 20 feet landward of wetlands. That being said, additional information will be needed in order for this board to make a determination. As such, I'm recommending that a public hearing be held.
Motion to waive the public hearing.
No.
Not to waive, to schedule a public hearing.
Schedule a public hearing.
Schedule.
Oh, did I read it wrong? Sorry. Go ahead.
Is there a motion to schedule a public hearing for September 10th, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Resolve that the Town Conservation Board hereby schedules a public hearing for September 10th, 2025, and that a notice of public hearing be published in the town designated to pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-8C of the Town Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 025020, Burnett, 2012 Family Trust.
Just stepping back for a moment, on the last application, I had initially recommended that the hearing be waived. I was not in agreement with my recommendations for mitigation, and that's why there was a resolution before you to schedule a hearing.
Sorry about that.
The next application relates to abutting properties in Watermill on Drive in the Ford Dune subdivision. The properties have considerable state and town regulated freshwater and tidal wetlands, as well as extensive frontage on Jewel Pond. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated July 21, 2025. The application has been made in order to address two items. Previously, the landowner had received a conditional approval from this board in order to reconfigure and modify existing fence lines. That conditional approval was contingent upon the applicant coming back with a revised fence drawing and survey. While we did indeed finally receive such plans, they were provided after the conditional approval had expired. So a new application was made in order to ask this board to reauthorize the previously approved fence modifications consistent with the drawing and survey, which I have since deemed acceptable. Second, the application is being made in order to seek a wetlands permit to expand the existing single family home. At the site, there is some demolition that's involved as well, and the existing conventional sanitary system would be upgraded to an IAOWTS. All of the planned new construction, as well as the proposed fence lines, which the applicant is seeking to have reauthorized, comply with the required wetland construction and buffer setbacks. As there is an existing 100-foot covenanted wetland non-disturbance, non-fertilization buffer on the property, there is no need to expand upon the buffer. That being said, there is sufficient information to make a determination on this application. Accordingly, the public hearing requirement can be waived.
Motion to waive the public hearing.
Second.
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A 025022, 308 Toward Point Road, LLC.
This application relates to an existing residentially developed property with considerable bulkheaded frontage along the North Sea Harbor Channel and Davis Creek in the hamlet of North Sea. There is a preliminary advisory report on file dated July 14, 2025. The application has been made in order to seek a wetlands permit from this board to renovate, partially demolish, partially reconstruct and expand an existing two-story waterfront single-family dwelling. Both northerly and southerly two-story additions are also planned. A new southerly porch would be added. The existing sanitary system would be upgraded to nitrogen reducing IAOWTS. Part of the existing decks need to be demolished in order to allow for the planned home expansion. The remaining deck footprints would be reconstructed. There is an excellent plan for on-site subsurface drainage, and additionally, the utilities need to be improved and updated. In order to offset wetland impacts, I had provided a drawing to the applicant showing recommended covenanted naturally vegetated wetland non-disturbance non-fertilization buffers along the waterfront as those areas are being maintained as lawn. The lawn would need to be taken up, and that ground would need to be restored to seaside suitable native vegetation. The applicant has agreed to all of the recommended mitigation for this application. As such, we have sufficient information to make a determination, and the public hearing requirement can be waived.
Motion to waive the public hearing.
Second.
Resolved that the Town Conservation Board hereby waives the public hearing requirement pursuant to Chapter 325, Section 325-80 of the Town Code. All in favor? Opposed? CB 24051, Jason P. Goslin and Nancy Goslin.
This is a property that received a wetlands permit from this board on August 12th, 2024. The track has considerable frontage on Wildwood Lake in the hamlet of Northampton. Plans that the board had permitted call for demolition and removal of many cottages and structures on the property. In their place, a new single family home would be built. There are considerable state and town regulated freshwater wetlands at the property. The applicant had previously agreed to covenant those wetlands and to establish expansive, restored, planted, naturally vegetated buffers at the site. The wetland permit modification application has been filed. because the applicant simply wants to add a covered porch on the landward side of the new residence that is currently under construction and whose building was authorized by this board pursuant to the prior permit. Based upon a recent field assessment, there has been no significant change in the site conditions that would warrant reconsideration of the original permit. We did observe some litter within the bounds of the covenanted buffer. The applicant has agreed to hand remove that litter. So there is no aspect of the wetland permit modifications that are being sought that will result in new or significant adverse wetland impacts. As we have already received the requisite revised drawings and building plans, and the applicant is yet still amenable to completing the required buffer restoration. So there is a resolution before you to authorize the needed modification to the existing permit so that the applicant can construct the front covered porch.
Motion to issue the modification.
Second.
Resolved that a modified conditional approval be issued to Jason P. Goslin and Nancy Goslin for the proposed project for the terms and conditions set forth therein. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all. Have a good night.